Alright, today on this rainy day I was doing some cleaning out, and cleaning out usually means looking at your stuff and then throwing it back in the box when you're done with it. And essentially I have this week have essentially assigned myself to purge 50 magazine type items, and again, that's just a drop in the bucket. You know, if I just should just say, you know what, 500 has to go or 100 has to go, but it's not going to happen. So I found a couple of interesting things, but I wanted to show you one thing first here, and this came from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania here. You won't know what that is, but that's a TTM request, correct? No, it was not. I put it in one of the few card savers I still own here, and I used it to get Tyrion Lannister Game of Thrones, the Great Houses promotional card for free. So you have to do your little homework there and figure out how to get that one, but it's super easy. Wrote the crazy address on there and got it. Very, very happy to get a free Game of Thrones card. Well, I say free, but again, you know, 78 times 2 is 150 or 60 odd cents there, and very darn close to that. And so basically $1.60 is what this cost me. With the envelope, actually it was cheaper than that because this envelope cost me 25 cents. So it cost me closer to $1.50 or $1.40 to get this card there. So I suggest doing that. Now, I don't request multiple copies because it said please don't request multiple copies. But I did a little trick one time. Instead of using one of these, I used a chopped paper sleeve there one time, or a paper sleeve, Ultra Pro page, and did 2 across there so it would stand out better, and they gave me 2 promotional cards. So you can try that and just say, I'm requesting this promotional card, thank you for this opportunity, I love Game of Thrones or whatever like that, or I'm waiting for the product to to be in full thing so I can get a box, or some sort of ridiculous excuse, and then just said thank you, and I've enclosed a return envelope for the Tyrion Lannister blah 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 Great Houses promotional card, which will probably be on eBay by Moon Rumors people for a couple bucks, $5, I don't know. People have access to multiple copies of those when I only ask one, because they sent to multiple different addresses sort of thing, and they load them up on eBay for $5 a card. That's kind of cheesy and tacky, but that's what's done. Then I came across this E.T. sticker album here. I've not had that since I was a kid, but I got that probably in the early 2000s, mid-2000s. I really do not remember when I got this, but and it is 100% full. Now, I didn't get it on eBay. I got it from Marchant Trading Cards, and they had ridiculously low prices on everything because they had all the cards. They were better than Kruk because their prices and shipping was better. But I bought the sticker album probably for $1 or $2, and I bought the entire stickers for $3, so under $5 I was able to complete this. And I bought 2 sticker sets, so I have an ungoofed up sticker set and a completed sticker set. We can just go to any stickers here, what we want. Some of them don't have some of the best examples in here, but there's a fun one in here if I can find it real quickly here. So this one right here is 2 stickers right here. So that girl right there, that's Erika Eleniak from Baywatch, if you did not know that. So that's what I knew at the time there. So stickers there, blah, blah, blah. All that good fun stuff there. And then people are on a Japanese kick right now, so I figured I'd share a few things. These have all been shared on this channel here, but nobody was paying attention back then. So if I had Japanese in any of my titles, those basically lost views. But now they're gaining views. So I said a Japanese bonanza in this title here. So this was $5. Oh wait, no it wasn't. That's right. Somebody had marked it $5 and I got it in a free box. So one of the local thrift stores couldn't sell them or give them away. So if they had marked them 50 cents or $1, I probably would have grabbed $5 worth, but not at $1 a piece, or not at the $5 each. That's, kind of getting towards eBay, but now people are asking way more. So I don't know what this is valued at with the sticker there. There are ways, suppose you can clean this off here, but it would damage that and it would look bad. And same thing with that one. You can remove that, but I don't necessarily want to. Sadaharu O, Hamren at Hank's Homer record. So that's very cool to have that one there. Again, people sometimes frame these sort of things, but I don't really want to. I really don't. But there's an unusual picture of Joe Namath. I've never seen that before. That's Joe Namath's uniform. Seriously. That's crazy. Crazy. You just think of Broadway Joe and you think he finished up in the 70s. This is from 77. So still the 1970s. And it was really funny because some of the ads in here, if I can get to it here, I had a funny little anecdote here. I wanted to show that. Let's get to all the ads here. I was saying, oh yeah, there was like there was an ad for, oh, I can get to it here. Shoot, I wanted to do a quick little video here. There's Benson and Hedges. The Benson and Hedges guy always had that busted cigarette there. And then, again, one of the things I looked at earlier, the only ads in the entire magazine were cigarette advertising, and they were also alcohol advertising. So far, I've only seen cigarettes and alcohol, nothing else. Not one other advertisement. This guy thinks he's so Salem. He's not from Salem, but he's smoking Salems. And then this one here, as I get to it here, that guy's a goofy looking guy there. Oh, there's a Polaroid or Kodak there. Oh man, the ads I wanted to show you, I can find them here. And it should just show you how much has changed. So look at this. These are pants from the 70s, and it looked like people just, the pants are like wearing to this exact day. To this exact day, those are the pants people are wearing to this exact day. Nothing has changed. J.C. Penney pants. I think I'm actually wearing some Sears jeans right now from the 90s. And then this guy, he just looks like, I think he looks like Moe from The Simpsons. He's like really sad and cool and tired and looking at the same time. When you had a tough day, smoke a Viceroy, I don't know. And supposedly that's better than Winston, no idea. Less killable than Winston, I really have no idea. Cheaper cigarettes usually had more poison in them. And then there is old Joey Boy there again. He's selling some sort of skin moisturizer because football is not good on the skin, so I don't know, it turns you into a pigskin, whatever. I just think, oh, that's kind of funny. And then like I said, I'm not exactly sure what I said. I had some funny jokes and I lose them. Then I want to finish off with some Japanese cards here, and we'll be done very, very quickly here. Found these in a random page of stuff here that shows you how much stuff I own. How much stuff I own. It's just absolutely, I could run a collectible store. That's how much stuff I have. And no matter how much stuff I will parcel out and get rid of, there will always be more. It'll just have to be buried with this stuff here. But we have Gene Back here, who passed away in 2019. He played in Japan in 62 to 69. Something there in Japanese right there. And again, these cards, if you ever want to get them autographed, you have to prep them. And then when you're done prepping them, prep them again. Because then the autographs are not going to get on there very well. I've had problems with every single one of the Japanese cards here. This one here is almost just as shiny, but he used a blue Sharpie there, so 62 to 69. I don't remember seeing anybody get Gene Back, except for maybe Jay Pylon might have. And that's the Hanshin Tigers or whatever, I think. And then we have Frank Bullock, who played in the 1990s. His autograph didn't stick very well. But whatever plastic coating they use in Japan is way different than the Japan coating. And I want to show you Frank Bullock right here. And Frank Bullock here looks like Keith Shore. Look at this. This Frank Bullock card here, it looks like Greg Minton or a Keith Shore type card there, with the eyes there. But you remember Greg Minton altered? That's his Topps card, or this Bowman card there. Ridiculous. That's supposedly Frank Bullock as well, too. But this Frank Bullock here looks way, way, way different. But it says Charles Bullock is a former major leaguer who played from Ashland, Pennsylvania. He was an infield for the Expos and the Angels. He also played 4 seasons in Japan with the Chiba Lot Marines. I've said that all wrong, but whatever. He also played, I said that, so that is interesting about him. He went to Georgia Institute of Technology, and Gene Back played, I don't remember how much. Let's go back to Gene Back, back to back. Go back to back. I said back to back. Back to back, there we go. And Gene Back here, he played from, he played for Nippon Professional Baseball for the Hanshin Tigers and the Kanetsu Buffaloes. He was born in Lafayette, Louisiana, and he died in 2019 of 82 years old. And then it does not say any MLB experience, because I don't think he was in the MLB. So yeah, so basically he graduated from the University of Southwestern Louisiana and joined the minor league Hawaii Islanders, was cut from the Islanders, and then he went to try out in Japan, and that's where he got his big break, I guess. So very cool there. So I don't know how many home runs this guy particularly had there, but we will not worry about that. That's for you to look up and you to find out. That's my video. Make sure you get your Game of Thrones Tyrion Lannister, Game of Thrones, The Great Houses, that will be showing up one of these days, and thank you for watching.